I've journaled every day for the past 3 weeks and I'm going to share exactly what it taught me. Hello, beautiful people. I am Coach Claire and I'm back with another video. This one is going to be a little bit different. Usually we do a bit more interactive day in the life, week in the life, week of my training, that type of thing. But today we're going to do a sit down chat. So this is putting me outside of my comfort zone. It's going to be a bit different, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So yes, over the past 21 days, I've journaled in this little book here. I've got it right with me at all times, essentially. I've journaled every single day. I've gotten closer to achieving my goals in the past 21 days. I feel like I've made more progress towards these goals than this whole entire year, and it's May. So the past 21 days have been extremely productive for me, and I'm going to share with you my process, what I've achieved, and my biggest learnings, like what it's actually taught me. Also, just back note, I am practicing looking straight at the lens rather than looking in the viewfinder, because I'm always looking off to the side when I'm talking to you guys because I'm looking at myself, but I'm challenging myself to actually look at you guys. 3 weeks ago, when I actually first started journaling, I was at a personal training conference by Clean Health in the Gold Coast. Now, there were two key speakers. It was Hattie Boydell and Jackson Pios, and these two key speakers spoke about the athlete's mindset and what it takes to make an athlete. Now, this whole journaling process is very goals driven, is very directional, and is very purposeful. It's not like, I guess, emotional journeying or like brain dumping or anything like that. It's very, very purposeful. So it might not apply for everyone. It might not be the best method for everyone, but personally, I love Jackson Pios and Hattie Boydell, and I respect them so much as athletes, and I personally hold myself to a really high standard. So having that athlete's mindset talk was incredibly, incredibly motivating for me, and also I just responded really, really well to their teaching. So this is the method that I sort of pulled from both of them and then adapted and made my own over the past 21 days, but I want to share it with you. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk you through my process. So on the very first day of journaling every single day, I sat down and got really, really clear on my goals. I thought, what is it that I actually want to achieve? And I sat down and got really, really clear on around 3 goals. At the time, there was 3 things on my mind. One of them was to grow my social media, in particular, grow on YouTube, and I wanted to reach 200 subscribers by the end of May. The next goal I set was like a bit of a financial milestone in my business, and then the third goal was to compete in a bodybuilding competition, which I also shared about last week in our vlog. Thinking back, these goals were all things that were going to be achieved in very different timelines. It was something that I wanted to work on each of them. I didn't want to work on one goal alone. I wanted to work on all of them. So I set out tasks each and every day to work towards them. So these 3 big goals, I broke down every single day in my journal. I wrote down the goal and I wrote what I would do to work towards that goal today. Each day for the past 3 weeks, I ended up doing something to work towards each and every single one of those goals. For example, competing, I showed up with my nutrition, my training, my steps, absolutely everything so much better, so much more adherent than in the past. For my goal on social media, I was posting way more consistently on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, and I was also able to grow my channel. And I know that I set the goal for 200 subscribers by the end of May, but I actually surpassed that, and I still have 10 days left. I think we're at 216, which is absolutely wild, and it's also going to be absolutely wild looking back on this video. And then in terms of the financial milestone, I have increased my business. I have increased my clients. I've also released another offer, which is so, so exciting. So also, I've done something every single day to tick off or to work towards all 3 of these goals. And I'm not going to say that I was 100% perfect, but most of the days I did actually tick off every single task, or I ticked off one thing that would get me closer to that goal. And overall, that consistency has compounded over the past 3 weeks greater than was previous to me doing this journaling routine. I absolutely love it. I swear by it. I tell all my clients, I preach it to them. I'm obsessed with journaling. So I wanted to break down what I actually learned over the past 3 weeks journaling every single day. The first thing I wanted to share was taking radical responsibility. By writing down my big goals, I realized that in order to achieve them, I actually had to take responsibility for my actions and responsibility for my choices and what I chose to show up with each and every day. For example, if my goal was to compete in a bodybuilding competition, even though I am in my off season, right now, going and under eating my protein target is not going to help me achieve my goal. In that sense, it would be stupid for me to choose to not follow my diet because that's not in line with my 3 top goals. So it is my responsibility to make these choices to work towards my goals each and every day. No one's gonna make the choice for me. My choices are my choices at the end of the day, and I can either use those choices to get closer to my goal or further away from my goal. So taking that radical responsibility and applying it to absolutely any area of your life is going to be so progressive for you. The second thing I suppose I took away from the 3 weeks of journaling every day, every single day is an opportunity to work towards your goal. And I suppose for a work milestone, for a business milestone, I would work 5 days a week and then have rest days on the weekend. And yes, I understand like work-life balance, whatever, but one of my highest goals is to increase my business, to build my business. So why am I wasting 2 days not even working on my business? There is so much you can do with an intentional 24 hours. When you show up that consistently and put effort into your goals that consistently, the efforts consistently compound and then you'll get so much closer to your goal in the long run as well. So I think what I took away from that, every day is an opportunity, but it's your choice to maximize that opportunity every single day. The third thing I learned is breaking down your goals makes them seem far more achievable and less overwhelming over the long term as well. So yes, the competing goal kind of did feel a little bit overwhelming. I spoke about this in my last video, but competing for me is something that I held a lot of guilt around because of my last prep. I pulled out of my last prep. But by breaking it down into small tasks every day, it seemed so achievable. All I needed to do was show up at training, do my warm-up, do my workout, do my cool down, make sure I'm eating along with my food, make sure I'm sleeping well, make sure I'm also doing my steps and things like that. But really breaking it down to those small tasks, if I do them every single day between now and when I achieve that goal, I'll be fucking killing it. I will have known that I tried my best as well. I think I took so much inspiration from these 2 speakers, particularly because my goals almost aligned with them. They were both very successful business owners, and also they were both very successful athletes. So both of them combined, like hearing these mentalities and hearing this perspective from both of them around the athlete's mentality, I think I really resonated it. All my goals really aligned with theirs. So I think that this is a process that I will continue to do every single day moving forward as well. What I found throughout this process is that I treated this little journal as my contract with myself every single day. Now, personally, I love the idea of having this contract with myself. It almost feels like, it feels like a sense of accountability with me putting down, writing to paper exactly what I wanted to achieve that day. By doing that, it feels like so binding. It feels like I'm held accountable to my goals. And that's something that I felt like was giving me so much intention throughout the day. Hattie spoke about the idea of devoting your time to your goals. At the end of the day, I'm quite privileged to be in the position that I am to be working on competing in the future. That is such an incredible choice that I get to make. I also am so privileged to have my own business, to be able to work from home, to be able to lead this incredible life and then influence so many incredible people. So both of those things I feel like are a privilege. So the idea of moving forward and using each day as a way to devote my time to my goals, that feels like it comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of passion. And by having my contract and by acting in devotion to these goals have absolutely catapulted me to be so motivated, to be so disciplined, and to be so held accountable to myself. So all positive outcomes, really, really love this. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. These are my experiences and what I found from journaling. I hope that you got something out of this video. If you did, please, please, please drop a comment below. This one's probably gonna be a little bit shorter than my previous videos. And it's also just such a different vibe. But I'm so proud of myself for sticking to this routine so consistently. If you struggle to build habits, I really recommend doing it first thing when you wake up. If that's the first thing that you have to do and making that consistently a habit, you will find it so much easier to stick with it long term as well. Also, I find using positive language also helps develop the habit. So if I was to say, oh, I have to journal every day, and I made it seem like a negative thing, I probably wouldn't have stick to it. My brain wouldn't have positively associated it with my goals and with working towards these goals. So just by having positive language around whatever habit you're trying to develop is probably also going to help you anyway. But thank you so much for listening into this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want longer tips, more tips like this, more videos like this, or if you want me to stick to my other types of videos. But yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in another video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, and yeah, comment below if you also want to see anything else from me. Thanks, guys.